Hello, hello, hello. This is Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? Well, are you? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas from Japan. It's already 6 p.m. here, Christmas Day. So, yeah, had a great full day so far. I dropped a video earlier this morning, me walking by the sea on Christmas morning. It was nice, although it was a bit cold. But yeah, good weather today. No snow, no white Christmas. How about you, where you are? Did you get a white Christmas? If so, do let me know in the comments. And yeah, also for anyone watching later on the replay, again, it'd be great if you dropped a comment just to let me know what you did, how you spent your Christmas day. In Japan, usually it's a normal working day. You know, we have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it's normal. Usually we finish around 27th, 28th in the schools. And regular companies, I think they work until about the 29th or the 30th. They're lucky if they get a few days off, because over here it's bigger. New Year is the big thing. Yo, how you doing? Mick, great to see you. Oh, it's just wet, is it? You're having a cool and wet, rainy December 25th. Oh my goodness, we got Nosferatu in the chat as well. G'day, says Nos. I'm totally not drunk. Me too. I'm surprisingly sober today, which is good. Had a little bit of wine with lunch, and I cooked lunch today, folks. Check this out. Here we go. I'm going to try and show you what it looks like. Can you see? I'll read it for you. In katakana, it says macaroni gratin. So it was onion and minced beef with a special sauce, which is part of this, and macaroni. That's it. You cook it up in a frying pan first, then you put it in the oven, 20 minutes. Fantastic, so good. So I actually cooked. I cooked on Christmas Day, amazing. Mrs. Wakizashi, who's actually working right now, she's got a class, but she'll be finishing in about an hour. She's got me to put on the oven. So remind me if I forget, how long is it? It's 6:07. I've got to put it on at 6:50, so it's like about 42 minutes or 43 minutes from now. Remind me. I've got to stick the oven on, it sort of warm up, because this is Japan. You know, we don't have proper ovens. And then I'm going to whack the old chicken legs. We've got some chicken legs, some ham to roast, and potatoes. We'll whack those in later. Great to see you, Mick, my occult. Is it occult or occult brother? Just kidding, I'm hammered. Nosferatu, you're always hammered, aren't you? But that's what it's all about. It's about letting loose a bit, isn't it? Great, I have a video that's safe. Please play it as a Christmas present. If I have time, I will. I will later on. But yeah, good to see you. And warning for people out there who don't want to drink or are abstaining from drinking, which I have been doing until... when was it? Monday night. You might have seen my crazy live stream. It was my company, well, not my company's, one of my schools, junior high school's end of year party, the Bonenkai. So we went out, had some great food, quite a few drinks, and yeah, ended up late on my own in a local bar on the way home. And I ended up walking home. Now, does that sound familiar to people out there? Walking home because I'd spent all my money. Didn't have enough for a taxi. It's pretty sad, isn't it? Saying that though, it's hard to catch a taxi in the place I live. Can't find it. Okay, Nosferatu, see, you're making me do things like, mamma mia. I've got to get me headphones and stuff. I'm not set up for like listening to stuff or playing stuff. So let me just check that link. I'll copy the link and I'll put it in a different, where are we? In a different window to see. Because what I'm going to do today, I've got a few things to talk about. I also want to do a bit of a live Christmas reading. Okay, mate, I'm not even joking. I've put the link up and it says video unavailable. The video contains content from Toei, which is a Japanese company, who has blocked it in your country on copyright grounds. There you go. So much for that. It didn't work. I tried. Kenichi Smith, American Ninja. Oh, mate, I used to love that movie when I was a kid in the 80s with the 1980s ninja boom. Because I'm old, I remember that. I was there, even in the UK. We had a ninja boom. My old brother Mick will remember that. You know, I think he helped me out with a few things to do with ninja stuff. You know, he was kind of, well, maybe he was just like putting up with me. Oh, you want to be a ninja, do you? You want to be a professional assassin and murder people for a living? No. I'm joking. Never mind, Nos, that's alright. Instead of that, let's play one of your favourite clips. Come on. I'll play this as well with a caveat that I'm so jealous I can't see the following actor in the movie theatre in Japan because it's not even released. Nosferatu is not coming out over here. There's no listing for it. I told you, like, you saw me the day on the live stream. When I checked the release date, it was 2005, it said. What the hell? So it's probably going to be out in spring next year. Here we go. This is for Nos. And Mick, if he's still there, here we go.
You're fond of me lobster, ain't you?
Drunken in a Virginia fence.
I seen it. You're fond of me lobster.
Yes, I blame Nosferatu for getting me into that movie, but it is a cracker, an absolutely cracking movie. Nosferatu says he blames Nobunaga Oda. Ninja, it's a job, innit? Come on, mate, you must remember, yeah. Do you remember me like training and wanting to be a ninja? I used to buy books, like trying to learn how to, do the forward roll or the backward ninja stealth roll and stuff like that. Just ridiculous. Anyway. So, people do come here for comics. I do have a bit of comic book news I want to share with you. Here we go. Share the screen. Come on, baby. Yeah. Oh my God. Running around Worsley Woods. Do you remember that? That's crazy. I think I must have told you about that. Me and a mate, we went to the local woods, had like our ninja gear, had like a ninja costume. We got changed there, somewhere hiding in the bushes, decked out in full ninja gear. My mate had this kind of, what was it? It was some kind of powder which when you threw it, it made a kind of smoky effect. It was like, smoke powder or something. I don't know where they got it from. So we did that, but we got caught, we got spotted, and apparently somebody phoned the Manchester branch of ninjutsu, and we got into trouble. How insane is that? So yeah, anyway, what I want to talk about is a bit of Spider-Man. I'm hoping to drop a review of this if I got time. I'm not making one today. Maybe Thursday my time I might do it, but let's make this full screen as well. So this is a preview of Amazing Spider-Man issue 64. It's a review copy I got thanks to Jim, good old Jim, Weird Science Jim. Let's just make this let's make grey a bit bigger. Oh no, that's too big. There we go. Let me show you this. So 64 just came out, well, it comes out Wednesday, which is Christmas Day, December 25th. It's written by Justina Ireland. It's got art by Gleb Melnikov, say that carefully. Lovely cover here by Ed McGuinness. $4.99, okay, you ready for this? I've not read it properly, I've skim read it, I've kind of scanned through. There's I'll show you. It's page after page of people talking and talking in a Spider-Man comic, which is okay, it's fine to talk, but The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man Part 4, King of Pain. It continues with the talking and the talking. You keep me count here, it's at least 5 pages, maybe 6 now. Then we get a little bit of the antagonist 2, the brother and sister, these weird things, whatever they are, half gods, half creatures. And we get more talking. Then we get a little hint of action. There's something weird there, a creature which is arf, arf and growling. And then we get more talking. And more. It's unbelievable, isn't it? In a modern Marvel comic, this is just the way it is. So, as I say, to be fair, I've not read it properly, so it could be, fantastically written. It could be great dialogue. Narration boxes could be full of, really good moving moments with characters. But you know what? I don't think so. Here we get a bit of action on the next page, I think. Here we go, it starts here. But what page are we on? It says here, page 15 of 28. Page 15 before you get action. Think about that, folks. So I'm not going to spoil too much more. I'm going to skip ahead quickly from the... There you go. More talking. And more. A little double page action. And there we got more talking. And I want to read a little bit from the letters page. Curse Nick Lowe, the editor on Spider-Man, the main Spider-Man title and quite a few other ones. Let me give you a little bit of this. Can I make it bigger, baby? Let's make it bigger so you might be able to see. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. You have to say that these days. You can't just say Merry Christmas without a proviso. I can't remember the last time we had an amazing Spider-Man come out on December 25th. Or any comic I've worked on for that matter. Then we get the Happy Hanukkah as well, as the Festival of Lights begins tonight, December the 5th as well. Double as well there, as well. Kwanzaa begins tomorrow, so I'd like to wish a happy Kwanzaa as well. I thought Kwanzaa was a writer's name. No offence, sorry. I think Festivus was a few days ago. How about in Europe? If you're still there, mate, what's been going on over there? Any celebrations outside of Christmas? Is it Yule? Did you see Krampus? That's it, basically. It's just blah, blah, blah. I want to get to the next... Where is it? The end of his blah, blah, blah in the letter column. Here we go. In 2 weeks, Joe Kelly is back and joined by artist Cafu for one of the most emotional comics I've ever worked on. I think he says this almost every issue, doesn't he? This is the most incredible comic I've ever seen. Amazing Spider-Man 65. Make sure to stop by your local pharmacy for some tissues on the way to your comic shop on January the 8th. Then we have our first, full stop, Deaths issue with Amazing Spider-Man 65, full stop. Deaths. What is going on? Is it like meant to be a point death, 65 point deaths? God, I can't stand this guy. Can't believe he still got the job. Tanking sales of Amazing Spider-Man. But yeah, one of the biggest egos in the Marvel offices, as far as I know. Can't get rid of him, folks. But anyway, that's it. I want to share that with you. Let me get back to the stream and see if anyone's still there. I don't think so. Once Gray starts talking comics, everyone runs. Powder is my favourite movie. He kind of looks like Grey, says Nosferatu. Thanks, Nos. Is Spidey Spawn now? It does look like that, doesn't it, Mick? Especially the cover. It's a very Spawn-esque costume, indeed. Yeah, good point. Quite a lot of people pointed that out. Let's go back to the page fit. Get to the cover, because it's a weird-looking costume. What do you think? It's almost got a cloak. Almost, but not quite. Trouble is, it's a review copy, so if they make it... Oh, actually, the quality's not bad. If they make it bigger, sometimes we lose the quality of the art on these review copies because they're very low res. There we go. What do you reckon? Spidey's costume. Let's go bigger again. Oh yeah, surprisingly, it's not losing the resolution. That's cool. Wow, look at that. Who knew? Bigger isn't always better, isn't that right? Okay, it's Saturnalia. Thanks, mate. I wasn't sure. Cooler Booler. So yeah, that's the latest issue of Spider-Man. As I say, if I got time, I will drop a proper review if I've got time. But we'll see. This week is going to be busy. Yeah, not very impressed with what I've seen so far. But anyway, let's stop sharing that. Come on. G'day, where are you? Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's been in my head all day. So, yes, what else to talk about? A couple of Christmas movie recommendations. First one is called The Holdovers. Here we are. And this is from last year. I think it came out this time last year. 2023 movie. Bring it up here. I'm going to share again. It's, I think it's directed by, Alexander Payne? And it stars Paul Giamatti, Dominic Sessa, Carrie Preston, Brady Hepner. Not sure the rest of them. Really, really enjoyable. Look at him, he's awesome. Paul Giamatti, it's fantastic. And here's a cover, give you an idea. It's got a really cool look. It's been shot like it's a 70s movie. It's got that kind of aesthetic, that style. Very good story, very funny at times, also quite emotional. A curmudgeonly instructor at a New England school remains on campus during Christmas break. He soon forms an unlikely bond with a brainy but damaged troublemaker, and with the school's cook, a woman who just lost her son in the Vietnam War. So that's the setting. It's like late 70s. Really, really nice setting. There's some lovely shots of snow at this very fancy looking private school. Or is it college? Not quite sure. See what people are saying about it. The film opens with a 1970s styled MPAA film rating card, followed by a similarly 70s styled versions of the Focus features and Miramax logos, designed by Nate Carlson. Very cool. Now here's a film with a life-affirming theme that should encourage most viewers to think of their dreams and cascade away all their cloaks, inhibitions, and open fresh doors to their heart's intuitions. Well, that rhymes. As a teacher whose life is as stale as dead fish, whose life is the opposite of happy and bliss, meets a boy who's ignored by all those he holds dear. And a friendship is formed that's warm and sincere. This is rhyming, isn't it? No way. It's a subtle reflection of how we get trapped by tradition and habits and past circumstance, where surroundings like prisons can temper our thinking, to distill all our spirit to bottles for drinking. So embrace all the chances when they come along. Break out of that mould and sing your own song. Open your eyes to the paths unexplored. Take a stand stand tall, and stop being ignored. Really good. Really enjoyed this movie. Just a good feeling movie. As I say, funny, quite emotional at times. Hits you in the feelings, you know what I mean? You know, I'm a big fan of those feelings. Yeah. So we have The Holdovers recommend, and Japanese movie, Tokyo Godfathers. I've talked about this before on my streams. From 2003. Satoshi Kon, fantastic movie. Nosferatu knows all about this if he's still here. Let's go to images. Where are we? Surprisingly movie, and surprising to get a kind of Christmas themed story, you know, for a Japanese movie. Great animation, exaggerated characters, you know, the facial expressions on them are really funny all over the place. It's about three homeless characters who find an abandoned baby in the trash, and you know what happens to them as they try to, first of all, reunite the baby with its parents or mother, and then maybe, if that's not going to happen, think about possibly bringing up the baby themselves. Well, some of the characters want to anyway. Just such a good movie. As I say, feel good, great animation, great characters. If you can, watch it in the original Japanese, because it's so much better with the Japanese voices and with English subtitles. That's what I would say. Okay, so there you go. Two movies to recommend. Stop sharing. Who's in the chat here? We've got Nay. Who is dumb enough to stream today? People have lives, gee. It sums me up. This is my life. You know, I'm on my own on Christmas evening. The missus is working. She's got one more class to go. We're going to have a nice Christmas dinner later on. I've got to remember to set the oven. Oh my God. Don't let me forget, folks. So Mick was talking about Saturnalia, an old Roman festival where, amongst other things, the masters would serve the slaves. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Interesting. I don't have a life either. I don't. And also, my daughter, she's working over the holidays, so I won't be seeing her till next year, till January. But she's hopefully coming back for a little bit around my birthday, hopefully, Mick. By the way, yeah, Paul Giamatti is really a good actor. Underutilized, I agree. What's the wine comedy that he's in? Is it Sideways? I think it's called Sideways. Same director as The Holdovers, Alexander Payne. That's really good. That's worth watching. I also liked him in the boxing movie with Russell Crowe, set in the past. I've got Stream Brain, it's not coming to mind. He's really good in that. He plays the trainer. And then Russell Crowe's character's boxing trainer. He's really good in there as well. Mick saying, although it's only 10 a.m. in Europe, I have plans for dinner later. Oh, good. Good, man. I hope you're doing something good. Are you cooking? As I say, I cooked early. I cooked lunch today. A nice beef macaroni and cheese gratin. It was really good. Yeah, I cheated a bit with this, but, you know, I did actually fry up some minced beef and onions. Put the cheese on top as well and baked it. Also, in the same timeline here, M, brother of G. This is true. Yeah, I don't know, Mick. He's never really revealed the truth. I think he's on an island somewhere in one of the in a fjord that Slarty Bartfast made. Remember Slarty Bartfast? What a fantastic name. Cinderella Man, thank you for the prompt. That's the one, the Cinderella Man. Russell Crowe and Paul Giamatti are great. Don't like Renee Zellweger in that. Gotta say, no offence. My old mum, Jeanette, God rest her soul, she couldn't stand the actress. She said she always plays that same part, and she has this kind of expression of like, in every movie. So since she said that, like whenever I watch it, I was like, I know what you mean, Mum. I can see exactly what you're talking about. Okay, thanks. An interesting film is Branagh's In the Bleak Midwinter, where an amateur drama group put on a production of Hamlet. Yes, I've heard of this, Mick. I've heard of it, but I've not watched it. I do need to see that. Always up for a good Kenneth Branagh movie. A little dazed from yesterday. It shows in my keyboard management, says nay. Well, I hope you had a good one. Yesterday for you is Christmas Eve, the 24th, wasn't it? Did you go out with work? Did you have a works party? Okay, Mick's going full out with duck breast, Asian style with polenta. That sounds awesome. Mamma mia. Wish I was having that. Okay, what I was talking about, what I was going to do. I'm on rye bread, but pizza and beer tomorrow. You're eating rye bread? Good grief, it sounds ridiculously healthy for this time of year. As I say, I can't wait for the roast chicken and potatoes and a bit of roast ham later. Okay, where are we? I've been boiling some water. I'm gonna show you a Japanese popular drink, which is what's the word? It's a kind of it's popular in wintertime because we have it with hot water, with boiling hot water. So I've got to reboil the kettle because I forgot about it. I've been wakizashi waffling on so long. While I'm doing that, let me drop something quickly. Shall I drop you a little bit of a song? I don't have a Christmas song, but I do have this. I will be right back.
Listen up, and you will hear tales of words.
I'm still here. Love that song. What a start, Jimmy. There we go. How are you doing? Rye bread for the hallucinations, right? For that too. It doesn't really work though. Going out with co-workers? What do you think? That I'm social or something? Yeah. I know, right? As I say, you missed it. I don't know if you were in the chat, Nene, because my memory is gone from that crazy night of the local bar. But, oh, can you hear? There's a kettle. The kettle's calling me. Calling me. I'm going to drop a clip. Here's a bit of Patrick Stewart from Scrooge, from his version of the Christmas Carol movie. Well, he didn't actually play it that well, to be honest. It was a bit weird. I didn't take to him in the part, but here you go. And warning, trigger warning, this might freak you out.
I don't know anything.
It's the story of my life, that, you know. All that I know is that I know nothing. I don't know anything. Okay, now forgive me because it's the morning where you are, I know, but this is a recommendation from my father-in-law, who he does like a drink every now and then, but he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful for certain reasons. So this is it's popular in Japan. It's called Shochu. It's similar to Japanese sake, but I think it originates from Korea. It's made from either potato or I think wheat. There's two kinds. You can get mugi, which is wheat, or satsuma, which is sweet potato. And the reason I'm talking about this is it doesn't really have a bad hangover effect unless you go crazy. It's about the same strength as wine, but you mix it with hot water in winter. So here we go. This is the Mizuwari. Let's show him as the stream gets demonetized. So you put a little drop in here. There we go. About that much. You can have it on rocks. You can have it straight. People mix it with, make cocktails, but the hot water mix is really good for winter because it warms you up as well as the shochu. There we go. So that's it. Oh, come in. There's someone at the door. Come in. Don't be shy. Yeah. Just talking. I'm streaming.
Right.
Mike, mix in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout hello or shout konnichiwa or something. Probably won't be able to hear you. Can you hear in the background? She's getting some cakes for the students. Right. Kampai, Prost. Don't worry about it. Are you going to use the microwave? No. Okay. Getting some cakes. Having a mini Christmas party with some of her students. Isn't she kind? She's got some roller cakey and maybe some, what else? What else have you got up there?
And some orange juice.
Ooh, orange juice. Cake and orange juice, anyone? Oh, that reminds me of a clip. Do I have the, have I got the Withnail and I one handy? Oh my God, where is it? The cake. Well, no, I don't have it. Oh, let me see if I can upload it. I might start roboting if I do this now. Let's go into my my files, Withnail clips. The cake and fine wine. Mick, nay, if you've never seen it, absolutely love this movie. I know you get sick of me playing these clips, but oh God, orange juice and cake. No, cake and fine wine. That's what we need. Okay, it's just processing it. Here we go. This is for you.
You're drunk. Just bring out the tapes. Cake and fine wine.
If you don't leave, we'll call the police.
Balls. We want the finest wines available to humanity. We want them here, and we want them now.
Miss Blenner has it. Telephone the police.
Mrs. Blenner has it. Call the police. I can't do it. I absolutely love that movie, but I've got stick. I've got stick from people saying that they think it's really depressing and a really sad movie. It is it's got, some seriously sad themes to it, but I think it's hilarious. I think it's a great comedy. It's dark, it's moving at times, it's emotional, it's stupid, it's funny. And Richard E. Grant, who, by the way, has a huge alcohol allergy, seriously, he plays an amazing drunk in his first major film role. He's brilliant in that as Withnail. And Paul McGann, who later became more famous for Doctor Who. Paul McGann plays the I character, Withnail and I. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, where are we? Just don't let the kettle call you black, G. Says Nay. Thank you. A little Socrates, eh? Or an Aristophanes up. Kampai, Prost! Let me just grab a beer. It's too early in the morning for beer. Okay, konnichiwa, back at Mrs. Wacky. Thanks, Mick. I cheated, it's ginger beer, no alcohol. Well, in one glass I've got water, and in the other glass I've got the Mizuwari. Can you spot the difference? You can't see it steaming, can you? Oh, maybe you can just make out the steam coming from this one. A little bit. Against a dark background. No, that's it. To be honest, the taste, it isn't great. It's kind of like, but it gets you warm. It tastes a bit like homemade. I don't know if ever, would you call it moonshine or something? It's not that fierce. Mick, do you remember the old, the raki from the Greece or the Greek islands? Jesus, man. Having a shot of raki, that was crazy strong, wasn't it? I remember that. I think it was called raki. I think you'd have to be English or such disposed to really appreciate Withnail. Yeah, maybe it is that, but I've heard from a good close friend, an English lady, you might know her, Purple Valkyrie, from YouTube. She hates it, and she's told a couple of my buddies it's an awful movie. So I was like, no, they won't watch it because of that. It's like, no, it's actually I think it's funny, but maybe it is full of the English sarcasm and all that. Hey, how you doing, Gruffin? Still waiting for the kids to wake up. It's weird having teenagers at Christmas and not being woken up by 9 a.m. I tell you, having young kids, we used to get woken up at 6:30, 7 in the morning or even earlier. I think I used to do the same when I was a kid. I'd wake up really early. I've got to say, that's a fantastic avatar. Martial law. big fan. Pat Mills, Kevin O'Neill. Oh my God, great to see that, man. You're bringing back good memories of me. That's one of the first kind of mature comics I bought myself. Wish I still had the issues. I only got a couple, but when I used to go to the original, the old Odyssey 7 in the Phoenix, remember that, Mick? Near Manchester University, there was a kind of area called the Phoenix, a little bit of a shopping area, and it had this really tiny little comic book shop there. I think it was called Odyssey 7. It might have been something else. And then it moved. There might have been 2 branches. It moved to a place called the Corn Exchange. And then we lost that eventually. That was changed and done up. And it disappeared. The comic shop died. And we got a Forbidden Planet. One of those chain ones. That's all we got in Manchester now, I think. Oh God, yes, Raki, like bathtub gin. Yeah, that must have been like, I mean, what is it? Whiskey's between 40-45%. I think Raki must be like 50 or 60%. Yeah, it's insane. Nene saying brought a moonshine on roads. Must be around 80%. That could be it, man. That could have been it. Served it to a friend who was afraid he'd go blind drinking it. Oh my God, look at Mick using fancy words. I'm going to have to like look this up now. I'm too stupid for things like Findi. I can't even pronounce it. Findicicle. Look at you. Showing off, you intellectual you. I'm just jealous. Relating to or characteristic of the end of a century, especially the 19th century. Woo! Yeah, I know what you mean. It's very end of the 60s. It's kind of like the death, isn't it? The death of the 60s. Of course, it is quite a dark story because it's based on a true character. The writer, Bruce Robinson, and director, it's based on one of his friends who later on died from alcoholic poisoning over the years from alcohol abuse. So yeah, it's about an alcoholic and his friend who are out of work actors. But it just, I don't know. Yeah, there's some great music in it. Incredible music. A fantastic saxophone version of White a Shade of Pale that opens the movie. There's also the Beatles' George Harrison song While My Guitar Gently Weeps plays. You get a bit of Jimi Hendrix. Crosstown? No, not Crosstown Traffic. Voodoo Child, I think. And then also the soundtrack's really nice as well. There's a nice soundtrack to it. Orchestral soundtrack at times. With what might be an accordion. One of the in the main theme. Is it an accordion or something like that? Yeah, anyway. It's the end of the century for us pagans, G, says Nay Nay Nay. It's a tragedy that wanted to be a comedy, but was too drunk to make it. 100%, yeah. I say I'd share it if I could get away with it, but the music could get struck for copyright. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if the stream gets demonetized. Actually, yeah, should we have a bit of a listen? I'll just grab my headphones. Let's have a bit of a listen to it, to the opening. I don't care. This is Christmas. Let's see. While I grab my headphones, let me drop another clip we haven't played for a while. Let's see. Come on. Live questions from Shaggy and Scooby.
Like, how come a ghost from space keeps chicken and ham around?
You're right.
That is the question, folks. That is the question. Okay. I've got me earbuds. I'm going to do it. I don't care. We've been going for 34 minutes. I can always clip it out later. I want to share this music with you, this tune. I was going to do a reading of one of the Christmas mini short stories in that DC Christmas with the Superheroes, but I might do that later or in another stream. Right. Just give me 1 second while I bring up the video. Yeah. Just play the whole movie. Just have us reacted to it. Okay, where are we? Let's see how long we go before I get the warning. Okay, I'm warning you folks. Sharing the screen. Here we go. Let's get a live reaction to... Oh, don't want to show that. Sorry. To a bit of Withnail and I, 1987. Where are we? Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Who cares? Make it full screen. The saxophone, man. Richard Griffiths is hilarious in this movie. Oh no, you can't hear it. Oh my god. Okay, let's pause it there. So the audio's not coming through, unfortunately. That's too bad. What a shame. What a shame, what a shame. Ah well, never mind, eh? Thanks for letting me know, Mick. I appreciate it. Yeah, it did used to be on YouTube. I found it on there for free. No. The last time I checked, though, it had gone. I thought for a minute, I thought you'd written, "We can't hear the sax." What a shame, we can't hear the sax. Ah, no sound. That's weird how that happens. I'm not sure why. It doesn't come through because it's. Ah, I know what to do. I'll try it again. I'll try it again in a minute. Just double checking on the live stream page, because you get a warning before they stop your stream. It comes up and says, you know, we detected copyright material. I know what to do. I know what to do. Just share the whole screen and it'll work. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back a little bit. Here we go. Let me know if this one works, folks. So stop sharing that. Do it as my whole screen. This is going to look weird. I'm going to look like I'm what you call it. Let me know if the audio also share. Share the audio. You got to click on that. Ready? The only problem is I can't come back to the StreamYard page and check. Check it on my phone. Guys. Okay, just pause for a minute. Come back to you. How was that? Was that okay? Working now. Thanks. So thanks for letting me know. Trainspotting's another film with the same gist. Yes, it is. And the Trainspotting soundtrack, Nay, is fantastic. That's another really, really strong soundtrack. Great film, and it's a real like what's it, what, Sign of the Times, zeitgeisty movie, isn't it? Yeah. You do know that Whiter Shade of Pale is really a rip-off of Barks' Air, right, G? I didn't know the exact what it's based on. I knew it was, you know, based on something classical, but there we go. And the film Trainspotting is a comedy. The book is way darker. I remember reading the book. I can't remember did I read the book before the movie or not. I'm not sure, but this is going back years when I used to know a guy called Adam. If you remember him, Mick, that's the name for A Blast from the Past. I remember, like, I've got this image of me. I went to see him. He was at uni at the time, or Salford College of Technology or something. I was there waiting for him. Sat in this dining area, and I was just reading. I just started reading Trainspotting, and I was trying to get my head around the dialogue, the Scottish accent, because it was written as it's spoken, you know. So it's like, whoa, a little bit like the Scottish version of Ridley Walker, if you know that. Fantastic book written in the, what's the word, vernacular style. The David Mitchell later kind of not ripped off but borrowed for Cloud Atlas. Yeah, one of the stories in Cloud Atlas. Yeah, the Pixies' main theme is haunting. The Pixies? Really? I don't remember the Pixies having a song in Trainspotting, but I'm just saying. Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. That's how it opens, Trainspotting. It's a fantastic opening. Wham bam bam, wham bam ba. Fantastic. And there's some, yeah, I say great tunes. There's a great rave dance scene in there, isn't there, with the tune in, but I can't remember top of my head. It's got Lou Reed's A Perfect Day, really dark moment in the film. Yeah, my God. Wow, how did we get to Trainspotting? Oh, because of Withnail and I. It's all my fault, isn't it? Okay, cool. What I might do now is I'm not going to play the audio, but I might just share some of the images as I'm talking. Let's see, this time I'm just going to share the window. So there'll be no... Yeah, that's right. So it lets you know when you share a separate window, it says you can't share audio. I didn't notice this at the bottom. To share audio, you've got to share the whole screen. Gotcha. So that's why it worked the second time. Did you have a kitchen like this in your time living in flats? Nay, Mick. It's so cool. It's so crazy. It's so dirty. The scene where I goes down to... Oh, I'll play. There'll be no audio, but just let me play a little bit of the video. He goes to a street cafe, to get brekkie. Look at this. Just look at that. How healthy not does that look? Whoa. A fry pan full of frying eggs in oil. Just checking myself. Hold on. Yo! Andrew, how are you doing, mate? Merry Christmas to you too. Crazy, right? I know, streaming on Christmas. For me, it's Christmas evening now, the 25th. It's 6:48 p.m. in Japan. I've got a bit of time between, the missus is working upstairs, so before she finishes, before we have dinner, I thought I'd have a little stream. Talked a bit about comics earlier, and I was just sharing a bit of Withnail and I. My God, classic. Look at those eggs. I know there's no sound, folks. Whoa. There's a great scene where you got Paul McGann's character narrating. You know, he's reading the newspaper. He's reading a gossip paper, a tabloid, something like the Sun or the Mirror, the Daily Star. Love made up my mind. I had to become a woman. You can see there. Look at the woman in the background there with the handkerchief tied around a scarf on her there. She's going to bite into the egg sandwich in a minute. It's just a great scene. Waking up to this. I wish I could hear it. I wish you could hear it, like. There it is. The most amazing sex change ever. Then we see him looking at... Here we go. Oh! Nude au pair's secret life. "13 million Londoners have to wake up to this. Murder and Albranton..." I can't say the next word. "And I'm sitting in this bloody shack and I can't cope with it all." "I must be out of my mind. I must go home at once and discuss these problems in depth." There we go. That's for you. Thanks, folks. So that was it. That's Gray's weak attempt to champion the movie Withnail and I. I know, right? Crazy title. Little known, bit of a cult film now. British comedy from the 1980s with Richard E. Grant's first full film appearance, and Paul McGann, who should be Doctor Who now, by the way. Paul McGann is great in it as the I character. Just 2 out-of-work actors in the end of the 60s, struggling to live, struggling to find the next drink, to have any money, and they go on a holiday. They get their Withnail's rich uncle Monty. He lends them his country cottage in the Lake District, which is not far from where I grew up in Manchester, the Lake District. They go up there for a holiday, and it's just a nightmare because they've got no money and it's freezing cold. There's no fuel for their fire, and yeah, that's it. That's how it starts. So anyway, I'm not going to go on too much longer. I've got to. What time is it? I've got to put the oven on. I've got to prime the oven for the roast chicken later on. How we're doing? 45 minutes. 7 people are watching. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for watching this far. I'm not finishing just yet, so don't run away. I'm just going to put the oven on. So while I do that, I will drop another clip. What do we have? Have we got anything? Anything exciting? I've not got any clips longer than 10 seconds, so it's no good. I can drop you the bit of laughter. I'll drop you the Star Trek laughter clip with the frightening Patrick Stewart as Scrooge. Ready? Warning, here we go. Okay, the oven is switched on. It needs time to warm up. It's like we don't have real ovens in Japan. It's a microwave stroke real oven, quite big, but not big enough to put a full roast chicken or turkey in. So we're having some chicken legs. Great. Okay, let's get back to you in the chat. Gotcha, and no worries, man. I'll forgive you this time. I'm joking. It's because I saw a vid with Pixies, Where's My Mind? With clips from Trainspotting. Pixies, by the way, Debaser. Love that album and that song. One of my favourites. Drowning in Oil, the Great British Heart Attack. Right, Mick. My God. That's it. Yeah, so, what are your plans for today, folks? You going to have something nice to eat? I am soon. Can't wait. Well, it's going to take about, what time is it now? 6:52. It's coming up to, it's 10 to 7 p.m. So it'll take about 30 minutes to both warm up and cook. So yeah, hopefully eating in then. Where is my mind? So things looking good. On the YouTube studio page, there's no copyright warnings. I think I got away with it. I got away with it, folks. Playing that brief bit of Withnail. You'll probably get clips later, get struck later, but I don't care. You play 5 seconds of music, and even if it's a few days later, they always get you. They always find you. Sorry, we can't monetize this video because it contains copyrighted content. The money you make, all 3 cents, 3 pennies, will go towards, will go to the music company that owns the rights to that song. Oh, the life of being a YouTuber. Got to say, that drink's not going down so well. I'm going to forget about it, I think. Go back to the water. Ugh, it's like drinking gasoline or something. Writing. Oh, good to hear you be writing, mate. I hope it's going well. That's cool. Well, before we finish, I promised a little bit of Christmas reading. I'm going to do it. Gonna do it. Do it now. Let's share a little bit of Christmas with the superheroes. DC's Christmas. It is the Justice League of America in The Man Who Murdered Santa Claus. Dun dun dun. Excuse me. Just make it this size. Here we go. So it makes it a little bit bigger. Oh, that's the one, mate. I forgot. No. Underworld's Born Slippy. It's the one I remember best. Yeah, that was a massive hit at the time because of the movie, maybe. I think the movie made it even more popular. Okay, here we go. We've got Superman and Batman and Santa Claus, is it? What's going on here? This is written, by the way, fantastic to see this, written by, I think it's Len Wein. Len Wein, you pronounce it. There's a writer, Dick Dillon and Dick Giordano are the artists, and Glenn Whitmore the colorist. Good old Julius Schwartz the editor. Special thanks to Green Lantern fan Duffy Voland. The most special adventure of the Justice League of America begins not as a call to danger, but as an errand of mercy, as the world's finest duo, Superman and Batman, rendezvous. But we'll let you find out for yourself. You're right on time, to the second, says Batman. I wouldn't have missed this for anything, says Superman. You ready yet, Santa? Those orphans won't wait all evening, you know. Be with you in a moment, Superman. I want this outfit to look exactly right. Is it ready, Santa? Then suddenly there's a huge explosion. Boom! What happened, says Batman. My head feels like someone's been dribbling it. And Santa? What about Santa? He was in that room. An explosion from the bedroom. My invulnerable body shielded you from most of its effects. Oh dear Lord, no, says Batman. Superman are looking aghast. They're looking in shock. What they see is Santa Claus down on the ground. His hat is off. His hair is all askew. There's a strange-looking Christmas key in his hand. Sorry, says Superman, there's nothing we can do for him. Santa Simpson is dead. Santa Simpson? Doe! What do you like me, Homer? Homer sound effect. Doe! Switching to water. That's better. And if I didn't know better, I'd swear the key to his killer is in his hand, says Batman. Dun dun dun. In the narration box it says, a key indeed, Batman, but no ordinary key, as your examination will show. No, this is a challenge, an invitation that will soon lead Earth's greatest heroes along a twisting, terror-fraught trail in pursuit of the man who murdered Santa Claus. In the background, the oven is warming up, I can hear it. Let's try and read this letter here. What does it say? To the Justice League of America, a Christmas gift to you from me, a very extra special key. Beneath the arch it fits a lock, that once it's turned will save a block of city folk, both mayor and bum, from being blown to Kingdom Come. Ooh, Kingdom Come, no way. Synchronicity or what? So waste no time, don't hesitate. You have till 12 to find the gate. This key will fit, though I admit I think you'll be too late. Signed, an admirer. So let me double check. I want to go back to the title page to check the date this was published originally. The Man Who Murdered Santa Claus was published in April 1974 from Justice League issue 110. Okay, let's go back to the story. And don't worry, folks, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Just want to share a little bit before, as you can hear, maybe hear the oven in the background warming up. What's going on here? We've got is it Green Lantern having a shower on the right hand side there? A man has died, the gauntlet has been thrown, and though across the world this night the air is alive with joyous tidings and holiday cheer, it is now alive with something else. The crackling electronic whisper of 2 Justice League emergency signal devices being put to urgent use. A supersonic impulse that circles the globe with a clarion call to battle. But though the call goes out to all, some are unable to answer. Barry Allen, for example, spending the holidays with his wife Iris and her parents, 1,000 years in the future. Or Ray Palmer, the Atom, who, totally involved in the exploration of a sub-microscopic universe, has lost track of the Yule-tide season on his own world. While Ralph, elongated man, Dibney, scuba diving with his wife Sue off the Caribbean coast, or do you say Caribbean, well out of reach of his JLA receiver, seemingly has not forgotten the season at all. Nor has Aquaman, King of Atlantis, as he presides over that undersea city's sacred festival of lights. Yet others who receive the emergency summons are not so distantly preoccupied. John, Red Tornado, Smith, enjoying a casual stroll through snow-draped Central Park with his lady friend, Kathy Sutton. Forgive me, Kathy, but I've just remembered an emergency that must be dealt with immediately. Oliver Green Arrow Queen and his lady friend Dinah Black Canary Lance, interrupted in the midst of a more personal celebration. Oh my. Oh my. Of all the lousy times for the JLA to call. Just a little bit more, folks, because I can hear the oven. It's taking over in the background. And lastly, Hal Green Lantern Jordan, caught in the act of preparing for a Christmas Eve date. Never fails. Step into the tub and somebody's bound to call you. Whoops, as he slips on a soap. The crucial JLA signal persists, and when it is not answered, there comes silent movement in the room, as a self-motivated power ring bathes its owner in emerald light, ascertains that the damage done to him is minor, and, failing to rouse him, surrounds him with a healing aura, then streaks off into the night. Great choice of words. Come with us now to a certain urban ghetto. In the ghetto. And watch the rest of the scene run its course. So there I'm standing with these building plans I've worked months on, clenched in my hand, and this pig-headed idiot says to me, "Huh? John Stewart, alternate Green Lantern of Space Sector 2814, you are needed." Wait a minute, what if I don't want to? Go! Okay, we'll stop there. That will do. Thanks so much for listening this far and for joining me on this crazy Christmas Day waffle. Before we finish, let me just shout out, nay. Anyway, oh there we go, yes, got that. And Mick, good gods, a comic book Christmas story. Well, it is Gray's channel. By the way, do you remember Morrison's The Mystery Play, where God is murdered? I do. I actually, at the time, it was hyped up, and I shelled out a lot of money on that when it first came out. I think it's got it somewhere, but I don't remember it being very good, Mick. I don't know about you. Okay, as I say, the oven is kicking in now properly, so I will sign off for the evening and wish you all a very happy Yuletide and a very Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas from me, because I'm English, I can say that. Happy Christmas, war is over, if you want it. And I hope to see you in a future video. Thanks so much for watching this far, it's been fantastic. And yeah, this is Gray, signing off for the night. What do we have to play us out? I know what to do. Where is it? I'll play my lovely C clip. Good night, good bless, good health. Take it easy.